Are you listening? Damn.
All right, welcome to a short edition here, our rapid reactions to the NFL draft here on AFC North Talk. If you're expecting to see the live show, that'll still happen on Tuesday, 5:45 p.m. Eastern Time. So make sure you're subscribed to the channel and you'll be notified when we go live. On Tuesday, we'll give a full draft breakdown. All four of us will be together to give you our thoughts. But today, I'm going to give you my thoughts on the Steelers' first-round selection. And a surprise to no one, the Steelers selected running back Najee Harris from Alabama with their first-round pick. It's been speculated for weeks now that he would be the pick if he was available. The other two teams it was thought could be in the running here, the Jets and Dolphins, they were rumored. Neither took him. And when the Steelers were on the clock at 24, they spent about 15 seconds on the clock before deciding, yeah, he's our guy. Look, I understand why outlets like CBS and PFF hate the pick, and they've already come out and said this is a terrible pick by the Steelers in the first round. I get it. Positional value of a running back in the first round isn't there. It's something I've talked about on AFC North Talk. In fact, I talked about it a year ago with Sonny when the Steelers took J.K. Dobbins, right? And you look at even first-round running backs and the ones that hit, Saquon Barkley, Christian McCaffrey, Josh Jacobs, right? Guys in recent years who have been selected in the first round and have been very good players. But none has really moved the needle when it comes to wins and losses. The Steelers, however, are in a unique situation. They're not in a rebuild mode like the Giants have been for the last couple of years, like the Panthers are currently, and the Las Vegas Raiders have been since they brought John Gruden on board. No, they're not in rebuild mode. The Steelers are in win now mode. They're in win right now mode. This is a 12-4 team a year ago that started 11-0, had a terrible end to the year, but could not run the football all season long. They were the worst team in the NFL in running the football in every way. Not below average, the worst. 32nd in yards per carry, 32nd in total yards, 32nd in expected points, and 32nd in short yardage. And by that, I mean third or fourth down with 1 or 2 yards to go. Now, the argument would be, hey, you want to fix the running game, you have to fix the offensive line, and that should come before you fix the running back. I would normally agree with that take, but again, we're not talking about a multi-year rebuild here in Pittsburgh, right? They don't have multiple years to retool an offensive line to get a runner in there and turn this into a top 10 rushing team. The Steelers need a solution right now. And Najee Harris is that guy. This is a true 3-down runner, a bell cow type back out of Alabama, the best running back in this draft class. He was extremely productive in his time at Alabama, especially the last 2 years of his career there. Got excellent vision, good power between the tackles, contact balance that you want from an elite runner. And he's just as good a receiver as he is a runner. He's got an elite catch radius for a running back. And the Steelers are going to hope that Najee Harris can come in, create yards for himself, and take the pressure off of Ben Roethlisberger in what looks to be his final season as a Pittsburgh Steeler. Now, the Steelers do need to address offensive line, and tonight, I'm recording this right before the start of round 2. I think the Steelers will address offensive line. This is a much deeper offensive line class than it is a running back class, and that's one of the reasons why I think the Steelers felt like they had to take a runner this early on in the class. The Steelers have a dire need at center. I think you're going to look at guys like Landon Dickerson, Creed Humphrey, Quinn Miners. They all could likely come in and start from day one. There are some tackles out there as well. Tevin Jenkins still on the board. Liam Eichenberg still on the board. Sam Cosmi still on the board. There are some guys on the offensive line who, if they fall to the Steelers at 55, could easily come in and start day one. And then if a guy like Quinn Miners falls to round 3, the Steelers could even get 2 starters on the offensive line on day 2 of this draft. And that's when you start talking about, again, fixing the running game, not in the long term, fixing in the short term. That's what the Steelers were looking to do. All right. That's going to do it for me today. Again, if you're expecting to see all 4 of us, we will be back on Tuesday, 5:45 p.m. Eastern Time. Tune in then, and I'll talk to you then.